but just did not work whatsoever. Now they're going to try to go in here on this Magmus. Out goes the Chariot. Wow, that's a lot of damage on that Magmus. I saw a dust go off that time. Magmus, I do believe, is being dusted. Looks like everyone wants a piece of him. He goes down. Dr. Repulsor is going to be in a little bit of trouble here. I don't know where that Nighthound went. There he is. Dr. Repulsor goes down for that Magmus kill. They're in hot pursuit of this Witch Slayer. That whip going out so much damage. 5-second arrow to the face for Gladiator. Might be able to pick up a counter kill here, but out comes Malphus. Definitely want to try to pick up this counter kill. And the Engineer ult is just going to be decimating that Hellbringer. Pitfall Victim flying up there. But at the same time, double damage. Nighthound has been doing a good number. Couldn't even get the kill on Valkyrie, taking out that Gladiator, and now probably no doubt about it, gets a hat trick, does a genocide. This Nighthound, 3 kills there, enabling the genocide on SK. 848 is really rising up in the levels and the experience, but he is just not quite there yet. Nighthound, double damage Nighthound, no less. Just it couldn't get a better rune for that fight. Just could not get a better rune. So I do believe that was a 5-for-3 exchange. Still, we have the experience and the gold lead for Team Milk, Clan Milk, Milk and Friends, whatever you want to call it. Milk and Cookies. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it. Clan Milk and Cookies. There we go. And basically, this Nighthound is so far being the bane of SK's existence. Like, he has 8 of the kills, sharing that there with the Valkyrie. Level 16, doing really great for the farm. Did lose, indeed, the initial early rounds of the laning phase, but as we all know, Nighthound comes up very nicely in the mid to late game, picking up, already has his Nullfire Blade. I mean, that's only another 20 damage added to him at all times. An arrow going through here. For Valkyrie, but totally misses that Dr. Repulsor. Doesn't seem to matter. It's a 4-player gangbang against him. Nobody likes Dr. Repulsor, or maybe just nobody likes tobacco. And, you know, tobacco kills, Nicorettes, nitrogen, blah, blah, blah. Yes, that was a pun. Maybe it was a bad pun, but still. He goes down, 30-19. The scores are kind of coming out very flipped around from last game. Last game we had, of course, everyone, you know, the team and leveling advantage for SK, and it's kind of very same here. So a lot of damage going in on that Gladiator. He's probably going to go down to those ticks, though, from Hellbringer, and down he goes. The ultimate came out from Engineer. Unfortunately, just did not do enough because he goes down, no problem, to that Nighthound. Basically, these squishy heroes are just having the hardest time against this Nighthound who, you know, Steam Boots of Agility, has a Soul Scream Ring, the Iron Shield, and of course, the Nullfire Blade. So he is doing a lot of damage, like 160, plus every time he jumps at him is doing 250 damage. And I mean, 250 damage, that's a quarter of Slither, that's a little under a quarter of Tobacco. Glacius is not even 800 hit points, so it's... basically, yeah, I mean, this Nighthound could not have a better time against these heroes because there's just nobody tanky enough, really, to take it. The only person tanky at all would be the Gladiator. He is sitting at 2,000 hit points, but he is the only one. And, of course, as we all know, you know, one carry can't carry your whole team at plays of this high of level. And... yeah, of course, the counter argument is look at Nighthound, he's carrying them fine. But, you know, he's really not. He's doing a lot of damage, but so is everyone else. I mean, the kills aren't so uneven that it's just totally one-sided. Like, Nighthound has 10 kills, Valkyrie has 8, you know, another 6 for Hellbringer, another 5 for Witch Slayer, and everyone is almost in the double digits of assists. So, yeah. But so far, so good for Team Milk and Cookies, pushing Team SK back, tower-wise, kill-wise, experience-wise, creep-wise, item-wise, you know, you name it. They're ahead. The only thing that they don't have going for them right now is still this Gladiator, you know, double stacking creeps. It looks like Engineer going down. Nope, that's not Engineer. That's Glacius. Glacius going down to this Nighthound. Beatus might have disconnected. Maybe. I don't know. Tobacco's probably going to have to claim disconnect in a minute. Oh, Dr. Repulsor going down. No problem there. Magmus and a Nighthound. Nighthound has four auto attacks from behind, and he's toast. I don't know if B is disconnected or not. There was a little bit of a question there, but at this time, their Legion are down 2 heroes. Now is the time to push. Looks like they're going to do a dual push. Valkyrie pushing top. The other 4 here pushing, mid. And we have Gladiator just out farming with Engineer, and they're totally caught out of position. I mean, hopefully they're going to Homecoming Stone back. Engineer is indeed back, putting up a defensive Tinker there, which is really exactly what they want to do. Ward of Sight going out. So again, these offensive Ward of Sights coming out from Milk and Cookies. Yes, I'm going to keep calling them that. So, you know, they keep a lot of map control that way. So let's see, ward there, ward there, ward there. And now, of course, the offensive ward here. Do they know? I think they know. I think they know that there's an offensive ward there. Putting down, yep, they definitely know. How did they see that? They didn't put down a ward. Did somebody dust? Dust. I don't know. How did they see that? Yeah, dust. Slither has dust. There we go. That's how we know. Now they're even getting counterwarded right now. Hellborn doing a nice counterward of their own. So as I said, last game Milk and Cookies here had a great amount of map control, simply because they kept up the warding, they kept up the counter warding, and they were very offensive with their warding. So always putting it in very offensive spots, setting up ganks, keeping up vision, that kind of fun stuff. So Gladiator, I wonder if he knows that there's a Nighthound coming, but there's definitely a Magmus coming now. Definitely going to be trying to crack him here. Magmus did not use his ult there. Okay, good. I was going to say I thought he was charging it up, but then he ran, and that will be a no-no. So Gladiator is still top level of the game. It's top experience, top gold farmer. But you know, the rest of the team is just so far behind him. So Gladiator is level 19, top on his team. Other than him, Repulsor at 12. So I mean, even the lowest level right now on Milk and Cookies is 12, with their highest at 17. But that's because the lowest is 12. The lowest on SK, unfortunately, is indeed that Glacius. He's at 10. So the experience difference, I mean, it's not as huge as you might think. One good genocide or one good team fight here for SK could definitely turn everything right back around to their favor, but they are 10,000 experience behind almost 7,000 gold. And really at this point in the game, it's the gold. Like, who are these Puzzle Box Wizards? Puzzle Box Wizards going to Hellbringer, who has a level 1 puzzle box. So kudos to you, sir. Witch Slayer is, of course, Witch Slayer, only has whatever. Valkyrie does indeed have her Geometer's Bane and a Mighty Blade ready to go for that Shrunken Head. So Geometer's Bane with her, probably going to see a Frostwolf Skull a little later on, and that will just be, you know, a lot of damage coming out of her. Milkfat has indeed a Strider's plus a Portal Key, so he's zip zooming around, instantly ready to do initiation, no problem whatsoever. And what does the Nighthound carry have? Nighthound still has that no fire blade, but he has also finished up his Shrunken Head, making him all the more harder to kill, especially with, of course, his ultimate there, which keeps him invisible. Fun times. Dr. Repulsor, what do you have? You have yourself a Blessed Orb. Wondering if he's going for a Nullstone, but he doesn't even have a power supply at this point. His farm has been kept down really low. He's at 194 farm gold a minute, and this is just going to be bad news, as there's a Nighthound trying to get you. But I mean, this is the problem with Dr. Repulsor. That ultimate of his just allows them to just, you know, run away, no problem. Cliffs, trees, whatever, does not matter at all. And he will be A-okay. So Kegstand going out to the forest, catching Magmus. Magmus is not going to hit that by that chariot, and he is so low. And there he goes, a good whip to the face, so to speak. It does look like Glacius went down at some time, probably to, some really bad people. Glacius going down, Slither used his ult, Engineer used his ult, but all to no avail. Just no damage going down on this Hellborn team. Witch Slayer's getting pretty low, but who cares? It's Witch Slayer, whatever. The run that you really wanted to try to take down was, of course, Nighthound, and he is still up in operation. Now, that arrow was so close to hitting Dr. Repulsor. Could have been a good initiator there. Overall, though, Milk taking out SK 3-1 there. Milkfat, Magmus, did indeed go down. And so did, Slither and Engineer and Glacius. So a 3-to-1 3-to-1 exchange. This is just not working at all for SK this game. Whew. Had to hydrate there. It's a lot of talking. This is very sneaky. Swindle Melons out behind the tower, just waiting for some prey. And good lure here by Valkyrie. Valkyrie did indeed play her part. Down goes the silence, and down goes 2 or 3 auto attacks, and boom, Man of Ice is now chunks of ice. And Nighthound just very deadly. I do believe there was an illusion rune in Valkyrie's bottle because she had 4 illusions up, and of course she's going for that damage build. That's a lot of extra damage. That's what, 33% extra damage times 4, so she's doing a lot of damage. Looks like they're looking for this Gladiator, but Gladiator with a Battle Fury now. Sorry, that's not a Battle Fury, that's a Runed Axe. Should get my game straight. With a Runed Axe now on top of his Assassin's Shroud, so the Assassin's Shroud is really a pickup to really mesh really well with that whip of his, because the extra damage, next attack deals an additional 125 damage, gets calculated into the crit from the whip. So it's not really that bad an item for that Gladiator. Lets him, do a lot of ganking, get away, stay alive. He is very tanky itself, 2,300 hit points, far and above the next highest on his team. But the damage with the crit, 125 multiplied by, doesn't say. No, doesn't say. I'll assume it's a 2 times multiplier at this point. So while he's out farming, I suppose, this top tower for the Legion did go down to this 4-man pushing power. Now it's kind of funny because last game we had Engineer and Defiler on a team, and they were dropping towers so quickly. And the Team Milk here did kind of start off trying to take out towers early, but I mean they've kind of subsided for now, at any rate. And I mean they just aren't able to take out those towers nearly as quick as a Defiler could. Looks like they tried to go in here on Gladiator. I really don't know what the graphic models are doing, but a great what is it called? Lava Splash. Lava Surge, sorry. Great Lava Surge from Magnus will ensure that he lives to see another day. As now, let's follow Nighthound. Where are you going, Nighthound? You're going to base. That's hardly interesting. But what are you picking up? That could be interesting. Nope. Speaking of a Ring of the Teacher, maybe he's going Abyssal? Yeah, he's going Abyssal Skull, so picks up an Abyssal Skull. So now Nighthound, complete with Lifesteal. Yay! Lifesteal. Okay, so Milkfat has these new Striders that were introduced, I guess 2 patches now ago. 1.0.8, the Striders were introduced, and basically you can go zig-zagging along here with your Striders on any hero. As long as you're out of combat for 6 seconds, you get 150 move speed, which is a lot of move speed. But you have to be out of combat for 6 seconds, and as soon as you get back in, or you do something, or somebody hits you with something, or a creep even hits you, the bonus is negated totally. So I mean they're kind of more for your support ganking type heroes, because they afford them a lot more map control. Because you can get around now for 800 gold. The recipe is only 300. The boots are 500, obviously. For that much gold, you can now have a pair of super boots essentially. So I don't know what tipped off the Legion side here, because I don't see any wards, but they know that Kongor's up. They know that they're doing Kongor. This Nighthound is trying to keep everyone away from Kongor. And I mean these Slither wards are definitely just, bait at this point. Kongor's going to do a little bit of regenning. It looks like they tried to give up on that. Out goes the Malphus. Out goes the silence from that Nighthound. Out goes the ultimate by both Slither and Magnus. Out comes the Chariot. Really well placed Chariot there, as Gladiator is able to pick up a double tap there with the help of everyone. But Slither and Engineer paid for it. Down goes the Glacius. Now it's just Gladiator against this super farmed Nighthound, but it's kind of an invis versus invis fight. Dr. Repulsor might be going down to these images even from Valkyrie. Valkyrie with the movement speed advantage there, able to take him out, but Valkyrie is also very hurt. Gladiator decided to go farm? Okay, sure. And